This is Kenya Rahmaan, author and founder of the Child Support Hustle and the Fatherless Crisis Hustle. Well, not the author, but um, last time you couldn't hear me, so I'm just going to start. And if you can't hear me, if anybody gets in here, if you can't hear me, let me know. Let's see. Let me go to my chat real quick. I know what, I'll go to my Facebook because I don't want to start and you guys can't hear me. So, I can just go back and edit. Oh, that's not cool. If you're in the chat, if you're on here, can you just let me know if you can hear me real quick? I'd appreciate it. Because I can't get onto my oh, okay. Thank you, Fred. All right, so let's rock and roll. So um how's everybody? I'm good, thank you. So everybody, I don't know everybody. I've seen it. I'm sure you guys have seen it. This video out of West Virginia of the delegate. His name is Fred. Let me make sure I say it right. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Pritt, Pritt, and he went viral because he made this speech, and he's saying, or they're accusing him of saying that he doesn't want men or fathers to pay child support. So I'm going to play the video and then we're going to get into it. So here it is. It's about a minute long. And here we go.
Let's say you've got a father who doesn't want to really be involved in the life at all, really. He knows that if she carries through the pregnancy, he's going to have possibly some sort of child support obligation. And so what he wants to do is he wants to, in a sense, encourage her to go and find a way to get an abortion, because he knows that if it's a certain individual, if he has any kind of familiarity with her, he knows that she might be of such a state of mind, she may be in such a vulnerable position that she decides it's not worth everything he's going to put me through to carry this pregnancy forward. It's going to be easier. It's going to be better for me to go and just terminate this life. And so what she does is she goes over to Virginia, she goes over to some other state where abortion is legal, and she goes and gets the abortion. And so I think that's a really clear possibility if we enact the Second Amendment here. I don't want to be doing anything whatsoever that is encouraging folks to go and get an abortion.
Okay, so that was the video, and he, said it was taken out of context, it was edited and everything like that. So of course they're giving this man hell. So I'm gonna go over this video and what I heard, because I didn't take the child support part of it. That's not what I gravitated to when I heard the video. So what I heard was him blaming men, um, potential fathers, uh, blaming them for possibly not wanting to be involved. Um, he knows that if she carries the baby to term, uh, he'll possibly have to pay child support. So I heard that, but before that, like I'm saying, why is it that all of a sudden, well, maybe not all of a sudden, but why is it that men are being blamed for pregnancy like the woman's not there? So I'm thinking that this is an abortion argument yet again. So he accuses these potential fathers of encouraging the pregnant woman to find a way to get the abortion. Then he suggests that the man is just going around getting any and everybody pregnant, because he says if she's familiar, if there's a familiarity between the two. So if there's a familiarity, if he's familiar with her, then she has to have a little familiar. They have to be familiar with each other. It's not just him. Um, and what I'm finding out in this argument, about men, just they're the ones that purposely, or they're the only ones that get women pregnant, is men can get women pregnant 365, where women can only get pregnant so many days out of the month or whatever. So that's men's fault, and that's why blah blah blah. So these are the talking points. So he also suggests that she may be in such a state of mind, that's a quote, and such a vulnerable position that she decides that it's not worth going through, or him putting her through such all this harassment or something like that, that she's going to go get this abortion. And again, his words suggest the typical stereotypical of the woman being a victim of this attack from a man, and that's how she got pregnant. And he goes on to say that the woman then decides that it's easier for her to terminate the pregnancy than to deal with this man. So how they got the child support part of it and took and ran with it was beyond me. But it kind of made sense when I went back and looked to see what was he talking about? Like, why did they jump on it like that? And I went and looked, and he talked about this Second Amendment. So I searched and I couldn't find what this Second Amendment he was talking about in this bill, um, that he was fighting against. And so I went to his Twitter page, and I'm gonna put the links back in later so you guys will see what I'm talking about. And of course, they was lighting his ass up, and it kind of took away from the attention of this child support bill at conception. So now we're not talking so much about that bill. And a lot of people think they've already passed the bill of child support starting at conception, and they haven't. It's been introduced. And what they like to do in major situations like overturning Roe and a child support bill at conception and major legislation like this, is they create distractions. So people are looking over here while they're doing shit over there. Like this dude, this is like what he's talking about is very minor compared to what is really going on, which is the overturning of Roe and the fight of child support being ordered at conception. Those are two huge national well, I say those are two big fucking deals in the United States. Him talking about what he's talking about is really nothing, and it's not what he said. Like what he said is not that men weren't going to pay child support. He didn't even say he didn't want men to pay child support. What he said was not what they're saying that he said. But oh my, you notice they're not even talking about that shit. They're talking about this dude, and he said it. So everybody's, on his ass, and I'll put the link to his Twitter page if y'all want it. But I mean, he didn't. They put somebody nobody even heard of. They didn't send Pelosi. They, no, but this is somebody that he's a delegate. He's not even, a state senator or something like that. So they're going to send a scapegoat. So everybody's on his ass while they up there sneaking him and making moves. Another thing that they're doing is, okay, so everybody's talking about, before this they were talking about the child support at conception. So everybody's gung ho about, oh yeah, get them at the beginning, right? Charge them right at conception, because the baby need this, the baby need that, the woman needs these doctor's appointments. So I wrote an article and I looked up, because my point of, when I say, well, what is that, child support at conception? That's not a trade. If they're saying that the pro-choice supporters are saying that it's so dangerous and life-threatening to make a woman, carry a baby to term and have the baby, and they're so supportive of child support at conception. The trade-off is not, it's not equal. The cost of having a baby average is between 5,000 and I think it was 15,000. I'll post my article in the link after I get finished. But you're talking about half of that, so you're talking about 7,500 at most on a C-section, a cesarean. So that seemed to pacify even the rowdiest of the rowdy pro-choice people. That's what you see online. So that's going to pacify um, the protesters enough for them to say fuck it. That doesn't make any sense to me. Another thing that I found out when I did my research is that Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, has introduced a bill. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it. What it's called? She introduced a bill that would essentially reinstate abortion legally, give women the abortion rights back. And nobody's even talking about it. They're talking about child support at conception, at the time of conception, and this guy that didn't even say that shit. That they're saying they're talking about child support, child support, child support, and not talking about Roe v. Wade that much anymore. They're talking about some other shit. So I'll just put it in the I'll put it in the description. So I'm saying all this stuff is going on, all these moving parts, but they have everybody looking over here while they doing shit over there. But we need to be looking right at them because there's a lot of I'm gonna get to that. So what this guy was talking about, did I, with this amendment, the Second Amendment that he stood up and was talking about, and he said, and they said that the bill or his video was cut. This guy on his page, let's see, oh wait a minute, I'm sorry guys. Okay, so they demanded he resign. So someone asked, what is the pre-birth paternity action mean? So this guy on his page, David Lemon, responded, and he explained, quote, basically any man who says he is the father can initiate paternity, a paternity action in court, among other things. He can get 50-50 child custody to take effect at birth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now he's seeing why they edited that video. They don't want to talk about 50-50 share parenting, especially not at birth. This is what several fathers' rights organizations, myself, a lot of people have been talking about 50-50 shared parenting. And then this, we're talking about at birth. So the guy, Mr. Lemon, posted the statute that everybody that this guy was talking about, and I'm gonna put it up here right now. And here it is. Let me go. Wait a minute. So we see, and this is not, this hasn't been passed, but this is what that the delegate over there, this is what he was arguing about, and they did all that stuff and got that man's name going through the gutter. I ain't saying he was right. I'm not saying he was wrong. I didn't like how he, you know, said it, like blaming all that on men and stuff like that. But now I see when he was saying, I didn't say it, it was cut, it was edited. They edited my shit. Basically, that's what he was saying. But dang, Hold on, guys. I don't know why my devices don't want to work well tonight. So, if you don't have your reading glasses on, any man who purports to be the father of a child, whether born or unborn, may pursue to a properly filed, pursuant to a properly filed and verified petition and, and parenting plans, seek a court order paternity designation and an allocation of custodial responsibility, child support, decision making authority, and visitation. Any petition regarding an unborn child seeking court ordered custodial responsibility, child support, decision making authority, and visitation would take effect once the child is born. Any petition seeking a paternity designation, any allocation of custodial responsibility, a child support award or determination of decision making authority or visitation shall be governed by the procedures and provisions as provided in statute. And it has all that legal, the little squiggly lines and shit. So that's what he was talking about. 50-50 at birth. Once that father determines that that is his child. And y'all know how many organizations, how many people are out there that do not want to even discuss 50-50 shared parenting, let alone 50-50 shared parenting, no child support. This is some serious legislation, like some serious shit is going on with this right here, because I said this some years ago. Once the child support hustle, this whole scheme they had going on, because it was illegal from the jump. I'm sorry, guys. Of course, when I get on here, my phone is blowing up. I apologize. I didn't even turn it down because don't nobody call me, really, because I don't like talking on the phone. I'm never on the phone. Once their hustle got exposed, they was going to have to clean it up because they could not sustain that. Like, you can't lock people up when they don't have any money on a child support order. That shit is illegal. The every statute on the books, as far as, well, statutes kind of, every guideline says that a parent has to willfully fail to pay child support before you can do anything to them, take their life, anything. When they do those dad by defaults, you can't lie. The process server can't lie and say that they served you, and then they just rubber stamp the court order, and then you on the hook for all these tens of thousands of dollars, and nobody says shit, and you're going to jail for that. Like, they can't do that. And they've been doing it for years because nobody said anything, and they were doing it to low income welfare recipients. The divorced people, the people that were married, the upper class, the upper echelon people, this shit didn't affect them. So nobody said anything. So over the years, social media was a great tool because they started getting exposed. See that little icon up there in my book, The Child Support Hustle? That's all I talked about. That's all I posted. It was nothing but facts. And that just started sharing. Title 4D. Did y'all know this was a welfare recovery program? They can't do this. They can't do that. Do you know that they're getting $5.27 for every dollar? Do you know that they're not paying child support to the kids if you've been on welfare? And now, what's going on, this is my opinion, just from me studying this stuff for so long. When they did this welfare reform back in 96, So they reformed welfare as we knew it. So all of us that were on welfare was all of a sudden, we had jobs and, um, but that time limit stopped. So you had all of these people that didn't qualify for welfare programs anymore, but we couldn't get our child support either because it went to the government. So all of our cases are expiring because our children are grown now. So now they need more cases. They need more people on welfare so they can get their case numbers back up. Because our cases are over. Well, my case been over when I fought them and beat and got my case against my child's father. Uh, got it up off of them, arrears and all. But they have to get more people in the door. And how are they going to do that? By advertising? That's not good enough because more people know, about this system. And another thing that the welfare reform has put so many rules and criteria on low income families. You can't just go in there and just sign up for welfare benefits because everybody knows you have to sue for, to get the benefits, which is strong arming. So now they have to come up with something else. What is it? Roe v. Wade. Let's overturn it. And they know who gets the most abortions: low income Black women. That's already been said. That's all that we've been hearing. Who are these low income Black women getting pregnant by the most? Low income Black men. You see what I'm saying? So the whole thing starts over again. But this time, and that's up to us to keep putting the information out so that the child support hustle doesn't happen to these younger folks that's not in the system. So today, this somebody came on my page because I always say, and I'm gonna always say, men, never put yourself on child support. That's like putting yourself on parole or probation for 18 plus years. Never sign up for that. I don't care who tells you what. Oh, you got to keep a record, or they're going to make you pay back child support. You tell them, prove it. Prove it. If you can take care of your child outside of the child support system, do that. You don't have to go to the government to take care of your child. So me and him is into it. He telling whatever. Don't listen to them. This is something they devised so that they get a piece of everything that you pay for your child. They don't go to married people and ask them or demand that they pay a certain amount of money for their kids every month. They don't do it. But I'm going to say this: don't ever pay cash. You pay, you keep a receipt, and you always write child support in that memo or however you do it. Always keep records. And if the child's mother, or if you're a mother paying child support, when and if they do sue you for child support, you have your documents. You go and you defend yourself in court. It's up to them. They have the burden of proof to show that you didn't take care of your child. If they don't prove that, that's case dismissed. They've been playing on everybody's ignorance for decades. So I shouldn't even have been mad at dude. He ain't know no better. But don't say I don't know. So that's what I want to say. And let me make sure. And lastly, don't forget the child support. I mean, the government is a corporation. When the customers, or in this case, the victims, or they stop coming, they have to find more. They have to find more people. They need money. So that's what you see going on right now. This has nothing to do with the children. The government has never cared about children. These states have a bunch of money that they've been sitting on for a lot of years. The TANF money, the welfare money that they haven't spent on these children or these low income families. And just like Tennessee, and you'll see them announcing here and there, oh, Tennessee just opened up a TANF program. Well, damn, they had $1 billion. That's what they should do. It's our money, it's taxpayer money. So we go back, they give it back like they doing something when it's our money. So yeah, these states have a lot of money. Texas have a bunch of money. If you want to find out more, I've written several articles about this. You can go read them. The childsupporthustle.com is my website. I have videos on here on YouTube. They're on Facebook. I share them on. I was on Twitter before, but I shut it down. I got off of social media. Man, I just got back on here. People are nutballs. So I don't really. I shut up my Twitter, and I'm not on Instagram or nothing like that. Twitter is out of control. But I'm back on it. But yeah, if you want to read my articles and everything that I write about, everything I talk about, I'll research it. So you're gonna have links, you're gonna have sources, and then don't take my word for it. Go and research some more. And if you find out something I don't know, send it to me so I can research it some more and I can share it. The more we know, we have to stop letting the government pimp us for our kids and our family. That has to stop. Our children deserve better. Biased media, yeah, it's all biased. It's all bullshit. And we have to stop like competing and comparing. Just because somebody does not have your same view on a certain topic doesn't mean that you're in competition with them. Sometimes we just have, like, I'm an independent thinker. Like, if I say something against you, first thing is you're a leftist. Like, why? You know, or you're this. If I say something defending men, I have to be a feminine. It's all these labels. Like, no, like, I peeped out some bullshit and I don't like it, and I'm doing something about it. It might be a little piece, but I like justice. I like equality, and I'm gonna fight for it. I have children. I have nieces. I have a nephew. I have nephews. I don't want them dealing with this bullshit. And if I have grandkids, man, listen, it's over for you. It's over for you. These people better not mess with my grandkids. But I don't have them yet. All right. I hope this. If y'all see that video, now y'all know what he is talking about when y'all see the Second Amendment, when he says that, and why everybody is on that man's head like that, because he's talking about 50-50 shared parenting. That's what they're talking about down there in West Virginia. Look for it, because they've been passing bills. The National Parents Organization, um, they've been passing or working hard on legislation in several states. Kentucky was the first one, and I think Arkansas had got a bill passed. I think Ohio is working on one. Um, yeah, they're getting busy. So men, fathers, women, mothers, there's a bunch of us out there. I'm retired. I don't advocate actively anymore, but y'all know I'm here for it. This is the time, like, just not on the federal level, but locally. Find out what the local politicians are doing, what they're voting on. Look at these bills, what's in them, because this is all what they're doing up there, it trickles down. So, and we see what happens when we leave them up to their own devices. We get fucked around. So, all right, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. If you're on my Facebook, go over to the YouTube and subscribe. I think there's a thing like coins or something on Facebook. If you want to drop me a little gift or whatever like that, since I'm, dropping the jewels on you, making sure y'all up on the most current and recent child support information. Y'all know y'all get it here, and y'all know it's the truth. Y'all take care. As always, fight the power.